Hey everybody! I'm just gonna jump right in. We were playing Animal Crossing on Sunday, and I haven't messed with my Switch since then. So, we're just gonna ignore that I've played anything else. I did, in fact, play Smash Brothers when I was waiting at the GameStop for, well, I didn't play, but my Switch was used to play Smash Brothers while I was waiting for Pokemon to come out. So, that's why it's on my screen. We're not here to talk about that. We're here to continue our Beacon Pines playthrough, which has been super exciting and has great music and just a lot of really sad moments so far, honestly.
A shockwave of cold tore through the room. A bitter, unfathomable chill.
I forgot we were still at this ending.
Before they could react, it encased them in ice.
We were in the middle of dying.
Two boys.
In case anybody missed it.
United by friendship, only to be cruelly separated by a malevolence beyond reason.
Some ancient being.
Our story ends on this melancholy scene. In a silent treehouse turned statuary, in a town brought low by its secrets, sits a pair of friends, alone, together. For the rest of time. The end. No, that can't be the ending. It simply can't. I won't.
It's a pretty bad
accept it,
ending,
and
honestly.
I hope you won't either.
I won't. You're
There are
right.
more endings.
Of course.
More possibilities. I can feel it. We are just going to have to sort through them all until we find the one that fits.
We have a lot of endings to explore still. Oh yeah. I gotta move myself over just a smidge. Make myself a little. I don't need to see me that bad. That's fine. That's fine. Boop, boop, right here. I'm not feeling my 100% thousand best, but that's okay. All right, so the interrogation, we did chill versus, and now we have hard as our next option. We did chill already. We haven't done the hard one. We also have the option to fight or flight when it comes to the weapon, the MCDC. And then that's about it. And my headphones just announced to me that they don't want to be alive on my head. So I may lose the ability to hear what's happening in the game, and that'll probably make me sad. But we'll hopefully be able to get through quite a bit of this before that happens. So I'm actually going to start with the MCDC because this was a really interesting ending for me. At the time that this was happening, we are currently on the timeline where we have unfortunately disfigured the bully with some goop that was in a pond. They have our dearly beloved best friend in a place somewhere that we can't get to him. We thought he was in the treehouse, but it wasn't him. We were being lured there for something. And then he was like, oh no, I told you to stay away from there. So we're not sure what's going on. When all of a sudden we look outside and, here's our former bully who's wiping his cheeks. Like, what are you going to do? So upset. And so we realize we've got only one option. We can either fight the battle and try to take on all these clipboards, or we can run for it. So I have a feeling that running for it probably isn't going to be the best option, but that's okay.
Luca drew himself up and decided to take the only option they had left. Flight.
I'm assuming flight means we're gonna run.
He squinted down the barrel of the mission control defense cannon, aiming it through an opening in the dense tree branches.
Unless we're gonna jump into the cannon.
He looked up with surprise as it struck true and taut.
Wow, I can't believe that worked. Hey, Mr. Kerr. We'd love to hear your thoughts, but I'm afraid we have places to be. Come on, Iggy. Yeah, jerks. And we're gone. Hopefully I remember all the voices that I gave them. Fine, we know where that leads them. This way, we'll take the tunnels. Oh god, tunnels. Yikes, okay.
Luca and Iggy winced as they sprinted through the thicket.
This might be an instant death.
The branches clawed at them, reluctant to give passage. After what felt like a marathon, Luca stopped in his tracks as they reached the clearing. What the? That was all he was able to say before Iggy slammed into his back.
Womp.
The boys tumbled down a steep decline and crashed with a wheezing thud on a surface as hard as ice. In fact, it was ice.
Oh no.
Chapter 5. Signs. They
Okay.
stood silently, catching their breath. The sky was like sapphire. With each breath, a plume of steam escaped from Luca's lungs. Let's keep moving. Luca pulled Iggy to his feet as they gazed across a snowy terrain.
So we found ice. That was actually pretty badass. Uh-huh. I think we lost him. Are we up in the mountains? I don't think so. If anything, we went downhill. Then what's up with the Winter Wonderland? All I know is there's no going back the way we came. Let's see if we can get our bearings. Follow me. Find a way home. Okay? There's got to be like a word or something in this. Oops. What's the readout? Oh. That is definitely the Beacon Pines sign. Or it looks really close to it. Sitting just above 258 Kelvin. A bit down from last time. We report it to Mr. Kerr. Meh, still within safe ranges. It may be spreading, but it's under control for now. Even a small nudge in the equilibrium could cause a cascade. Dude, relax. Just a few more sites to hit before we can punch out. Let's get this over with. At least it's definitely looks like our town. What's all this? Oh, sorry. I didn't give him a voice. Hard to say with all the snow. I think it's a town sign. I can almost make out letters under there. What town could this even be? There couldn't be another town this deep into Weepwood. I'm looking at evidence to the contrary. Let's figure out what we're dealing with here. Step 1. Snow's gotta go. I'll see what I can do. Alright, we gotta get rid of the snow somehow. I'm not sure how. We don't really have anything to like pick up or throw or... Oh. Alright. Okay, we do. Beacon Pines!
Stared in disbelief at the sign that now clearly read, "Welcome to Beacon Pines."
I was right, it is the Beacon Pines signs. This doesn't make any sense. We're in Beacon Pines? How's that possible? We ran away from the town. How did we get back here? I guess we got turned around. Where did all this snow come from? Well, it's been colder than normal lately. There's a pretty big difference between sweater weather and this Arctic hellscape. The puddle we fought at before, it was cold too. Maybe all of it leads to one source. You think it's related? What the hell is going on? We're gonna get you some answers. Let's keep moving. Ooh. We're going back. Luca? Luca, are you there? Oh, I think that's the friend. Luca? Luca, are you there?
Luca had almost forgotten the walkie-talkie he was carrying.
Oh no, it's Kerr. My bad, I gave him the wrong accent. It's that bozo Kerr. I hope nothing bad has happened to you out in those woods.
Luca looked at Iggy with hesitation.
No need to be rude.
With a resigned sigh, Luca responded.
It seems like the only thing dangerous in the woods is you. He speaks! The young man of the hour! Now, how in tarnation did you end up with one of our radios? Just lucky, I guess. Boy, howdy, you Van Horns are full of surprises, aren't you? You knew my parents? I never had the honor of meeting your father, but your mom sure was a handful.
Luca winced, shoving the walkie-talkie back into his pocket.
We gotta keep moving. Ooh. Okay, this would be where Dad's grave is, if this was the real Beacon Pines. But there'd also be like a pathway. So...
A disc of smooth metal was lightly covered in snow. Two faint seams were visible along the surface.
A manhole cover? If it is, I've never seen one like it. Interesting. We didn't really explore this area because I kind of actually moved forward by accident. But I guess there's not really much to see. So. That's good. Just keep moving. It's definitely laid out very similarly to the town. Because all of this would be in preparation for the harvest. But over here would be the way to get to our treehouse.
The fencing listened. Each chain link encapsulated with a translucent layer of ice.
Looks like the stuff they put up around Weep Wood. That stuff you put up. I don't know. Does stuff look familiar to you? It looks like the barrel near the puddle I, shoved me into, yeah. Yeah, that's true. We, instantly shoved him in there. It's all frozen.
Looking down at the frozen stream, Luca could faintly see a school of minnows encased in the ice.
Oh, it's fish. Whatever happened here, it happened fast. The fish didn't even have time to run. Or, you know, swim run.
The crunching of footsteps trailing Luca went hush. He looked back to see Iggy's face twisted with confusion.
Everyone's gone. What? There's nothing here but more snow. There must be an explanation for all of this. We have to keep looking. You can look all you want. I quit. Iggy, we have to keep going. You don't get it, do you? This isn't one of your pathetic Hank Atomic stories. We aren't going to save the day. We aren't even going to save ourselves. My face is mangled. The town is destroyed. And everyone we've ever known is gone. We don't know that. You can't just quit. Do whatever you want. I'm done. What? Wow. Amazing. Thanks, small coffee bird. Iggy, it's gonna be okay.
Luca peered upward at the darkening sky. He let out a long, foggy breath.
Wow. Sorry, I was checking something. But it seems to be normal, so I don't know what happened.
Faintly, Iggy began to cry.
Aw, Iggy.
Seeing Iggy in such a pathetic state gave Luca a sense of compassion, and more than a little guilt.
It's getting pretty late, I think. Probably not a great idea to stumble around in the dark anyway.
Luca allowed himself to collapse next to Iggy.
Let's just rest for a bit.
The boys huddled together for warmth and
Should
comfort.
probably huddle inside a building, not outside it.
If not for exhaustion, their minds would be racing, trying to make sense of the events of the day. As it was, all they had energy for was to sit in silence, numb.
See, if they sit out here, they're gonna freeze. The way the snow covered everything over, it's kind of calming. Yeah. I haven't had time to say it, but thanks. Huh? For getting us away from those creeps. I sort of froze up back there. Iggy, I should be the one apologizing. This all happened because I lost my temper. No, that's bull hockey. First of all, you didn't know what that gunk would do. You didn't, right? Of course not. And second, stop with this baloney about losing your temper. But I did lose my temper.
Iggy motioned sarcastically to his half-deformed face.
Obviously. But that's exactly what you should have done. Huh? I was being a horse's ass. You were supposed to be a horse's ass in response. That's how it works. Iggy, I'm having a hard time following. You wanted me to fight you? Of course. Geez, you goody-goody types take forever to understand this very basic point. Why would you go around saying cruel things just trying to get into fights?
Iggy shrugged.
It's something to do. You're an asshole because you're bored? Sometimes I just feel empty. Oh, Iggy. You wouldn't understand. You and Rolo are always having a blast together. Laughing and calling that dinky little treehouse mission control.
Iggy now wept openly.
Perfect little Luca Van Horn. This perfect little life. My life's not perfect. Everybody in town likes you. Not everybody. Hell, that new girl hasn't even unpacked yet, and even she already likes you. You have Tish.
He wiped his nose with a sleeve.
I love Tish. Tish is great. But she ain't exactly the world's greatest conversationalist, you know?
Luca gave a warm chuckle.
I get that impression.
Iggy cleared his throat as he wiped his eyes.
Huh. Must be raining out here. Definitely.
Iggy arched into a wide yawn.
We should probably try to get some sleep. Yeah. Let's lay low for now. Tomorrow, we'll get to the bottom of all this.
Luca's eyelids began to slowly drift shut.
It's still a dangerous spot for them to be outside. Luca? Yeah? I always did want to see the inside of your dinky little treehouse. What do you think? Not bad. I'll give you the full tour when we get back. You know what?
That's all Luca could whisper before succumbing to sleep. Iggy snuggled in some more.
When it comes to worst days of my entire life, this one wasn't half bad.
The house smelled of warm bread. Luca was playing with toy blocks on the living room rug. He looked up to see his parents on the couch. His mother held his father's head in her lap. She idly stroked his hair while humming a song. A voice behind Luca spoke. "This is how you remember them, huh?" Luca turned to see his own face. The doppelganger from his dreams, still clad in a yellow hazmat suit, still carrying a look of disdain behind empty eyes. Aww.
his dreams.
Perfectly cozy scene.
I don't think this happened in this timeline. I think this happened in a different timeline.
The figure picked up a toy block and inspected it. It's amazing the facades that one can build given the right materials. Not that I blame us. These are a child's memories, all warm and fuzzy. You don't remember, do you? Luca snatched the block from the figure's yellow-gloved hand. Remember what? The doppelganger pointed to the couch. The last day we saw him alive. The day he chose to abandon us.
I don't think that's how that went down.
Luca turned to look at his father, still lounging on the couch. That's not true. He didn't abandon us. The doppelganger waved his hand dismissively. Everything is true here. It's just a matter of what we choose to see.
Waved his hand dismissively.
Let me show you. The world flickered and pulsed. Luca was sitting next to his bed, listening to his heartbeat with one of his dad's stethoscopes. The doppelganger limped into the room. Now, we both know that's not how this went. He grabbed Luca's hand and guided the stethoscope to the floor. Luca heard muffled shouting, brought close by the stethoscope. It was his parents, fighting. Do you remember what we did next? Luca gave a slow nod and crept down the hall to peek through the banister. He could see the outline of his mother at the bottom of the stairs. Damn it, Walt. We can't afford to get involved in this. She was scared. His father stepped forward. What am I supposed to do? Just watch? There's a sickness in this town, and we both know who's behind it. I swore an oath to help people. I won't turn my back on them. Luca's mother grabbed Walt. She was crying, pleading. I can't lose you. Walt calmly removed Eleanor's hand from his shoulder. What's right is right, and what's wrong is wrong.
Ooh.
I could never live with myself if I let Sharper get away with this.
Sharper?
Eleanor raised her voice. Spare me your bullshit platitudes.
Oh my god.
What about our son? Luca flinched, dropping the stethoscope down the stairs. Walt turned with a panicked smile. Luca, is that you, buddy? With tears in his eyes, Luca descended the stairs. Mom? Dad? What's going on? Walt dropped to a knee to meet Luca eye to eye. Nothing, buckaroo. Your mom and I just got a little overexcited is all. Luca placed the stethoscope against his father's chest. His heart was racing. It sounded like you were going somewhere? Walt gently removed the device from Luca's ears. Listen to me, Luca. I have some business to take care of. I'll be back in time to tuck you in. Luca hugged his father tightly. Promise? Walt stood up and walked to the door. He glanced over his shoulder. I promise. With a wink and a grin, he put on his hat and strode out into the evening sun.
Did he keep the promise? Oh.
A figure approached soundlessly from the foggy snowfall. It stood above them, lingering in contemplation. Slowly raising one hand above Iggy, it snapped out 2 brisk raps on his head.
Whoa,
From a
who's
deep
that?
slumber, Iggy sprang up defensively.
Oh. Somebody else we have to give a voice to. Oh no.
Whether it was the cognizance or the recognition that he was not in danger.
Sorry, y'all. I was adjusting my legging, my leg positioning, I guess is the right word, and I dropped my microphone. So, give me a sec to continue doing that. Ugh. Whew. It is so cold in here right now. Almost as cold as it is in the game.
Iggy felt his clenched fists lower.
Alright. So, do we know this person? I don't think we do. Just what do you think you're doing?
Luca looked up, gradually remembering his whereabouts. The figure exhaled a cloud of warm vapor.
You two have certainly caused a lot of commotion. What's that supposed to mean? Take it easy, Iggy. We're asleep, minding our own business. You're the one running around knocking on people's heads. I'm sorry if I hurt you, Iggy. You didn't hurt nobody. Anybody. Huh? Oh, I see. You think you're better than me. You...
When it came to complete strangers, Iggy had trouble cobbling together an insult.
You big-hatted, scarfy-necked furball. Okay, let's lower the temperature a bit here. Interesting choice of words. I mean, let's just all calm down. Who are you? A friend. An observer. Hitchhiker on the infinite expanse of possibility. Great. How about a name? If you must call me something, you can call me Nat.
Iggy huffed with gratification.
How about you make like a gnat and buzz off? Very well.
Nat began to turn away indifferently.
Wait. Do you live here? You might say that. So you know where we are? You might also say that. Look, pal, we just want to find a safe way out of here. You gonna help us or not? Before knowing how to leave, one must know where they are. Alright, that does it. Look, I don't know about you, but I'm getting out of here, one way or another.
Iggy turned sharply and began to stomp off.
Bye, Iggy. Enough with the riddles. Iggy, wait up.
Realizing he'd worn their patience then, Nat relented.
Very well, I suppose this isn't the time for metaphors. I'll show you how to get back home.
Luca and Iggy turned around with hope in their eyes.
Come here.
Nat took a deep breath in.
Close your eyes.
Nat exhaled slowly, then snapped his fingers.
Okay, open them.
For a brief moment, Luca and Iggy let themselves believe that some great magic was about to unfold, until they opened their eyes and found themselves in the exact same place, cold and disheartened.
This is your home. This is Beacon Pines. Look, Nat, we don't know how we got here. Maybe we stumbled through some time travel gate in Weep Woods, or we teleported to some alternate universe, or this is all some cruel experiment by Kerr and his goons. But this is not our home. You're inching closer to the truth. Alas, the reality is much less fanciful. Just give it to us straight. So be it. As I said, this is Beacon Pines. The original true Beacon Pines. Original true Beacon Pines? What? You both grew up here, but the town you've called your home for the past several years is a replica. A remarkable achievement of engineering, to be fair, but a replica nonetheless. That's impossible. It's too much work. You'd need a whole town to replicate a whole town. Indeed, to pull off such a feat would require immense labor power. That which could be moved would be moved. That which could not would require a precise duplicate. We would have noticed. Someone would have noticed. You'd think so, unless the auditing was impeccable. A mind-numbing attention to detail. As for the innumerable trivialities which complete the tapestry, well, you can leave that to the miraculous thing we call a brain. It has a real aversion to discontinuity, discontinuity, or revulsion even. The brain has a wonderful way of smoothing out the rough edges, keeping us sane. So you're saying that someone made an entire new town, unmoved us all, and no one noticed? Precisely. But why? Why is the one question that can never be answered with certainty. The best one could do is uncover.
Nat narrowed his eyes, furrowed his brow, and uttered,
The source. Why'd you say the source like that? Indeed.
Luca began to laugh uncomfortably.
It's all ridiculous. There's no way we could.
He looked down at his feet. His eyes started back and forth in contemplation. With a sudden pain, a thought struck him.
If this really is home.
He sprinted off into the pale distance. As Iggy turned to follow, Nat called out,
Iggy, it's not too late to turn back. Simply head west through Weep Wood. If this really is home.
Chapter 6. The Source. Nat expressed his sympathy with a shrug and sauntered off as unassumingly as he'd arrived. He'd given Luca and Iggy what they needed, and nothing more. As Luca sprinted across the snow, the events of the past few days became clearer, pieces to a larger puzzle. Rolo said he was underground somewhere, captured. Mr. Kerr tried to cover it up with lies. The clipboards were hell-bent on capturing Iggy. It all seemed to point to perennial harvest. But right now, there was one thing that Luca needed to know.
Oh, if this is the town,
Luca stopped dead in his tracks.
our dad's grave will be there.
The tree was gone, uprooted and moved, leaving a raw gash in the earth. He dropped to his knees and dug wildly at the cold snow. His numb hands hit something hard, a headstone. A dry whisper escaped Luca's lips.
You're here. All this time, thought I was visiting you. But you've been here, alone. Snow. Dad, I'm so sorry. They ruined your favorite spot in the world. Our favorite spot in the world. Dad, what do I do?
There was no reply, just snow-covered silence.
Why'd you give me the slip like that? What if I couldn't find you, you jerk?
Iggy finally noticed the tears welling in Luca's eyes and the snow-covered grave.
Oh. Iggy, they stole his tree, Iggy. Yikes.
Suddenly, they heard the crunch of approaching footsteps in the snow.
Uh-oh. We gotta hide. $259K. Fall off distance so good. Dude, did you hear me? I said 259. Sorry. Ever think about what did we do here? Or what we did here? We saved a whole town of people. It doesn't feel like it sometimes. What about everything we left behind? That's the grave of someone with a family. People who love them will never know the truth. The truth is overrated.
He bent down to scoop up a snowball and lobbed it playfully.
Hey, don't be such a downer, dude. You took this job to change the world. Yeah, come on. It's almost lunchtime. Weirdo. Why is he walking like that? Here I thought I was a jerk. Those dinguses are out here literally dancing on graves.
Luca stuttered through heaving sobs.
I thought I was visiting him. But he was with me. Not gonna lie, that's a bad break. Here's some advice.
Iggy gave Luca a solid smack on the back of his head.
Hey! Who's any of this helping? What? Sitting here in the snow, crying like some pushover? Who are you helping? Iggy, look what they did. They lied to everyone. Blah, blah, blah. Luca Van Horn, you're a lot of things, but you ain't no pushover. Like, what did I tell you before? When some jerk comes at you acting like a horse's ass, I should stand up for myself. Hell yeah. Kurt and his merry little band of clipboards pulled off this switcheroo for a reason, right? Nat mentioned something about a source.
Luca wiped his eyes with a sleeve.
Whatever's at the source must be awfully valuable to Perennial Harvest. Sure, it'd be a shame if something unfortunate were to happen to their precious source, wouldn't it? What do you have in mind? If it's small enough to steal, we snatch it. If it's too big to snatch, we smash it. What if it's too big to smash?
Iggy flashed a mischievous smile and cracked his knuckles.
I am always up for a challenge. I'm gonna make this right, Dad. Promise. Let's do this. We're teaming up with Iggy. I don't know which of the friends... Okay, I'm assuming this is still Mr. Kerr. It can get awful cold out there in those woods, Luca. Probably best to you two to stay put and conserve your energy. Help's on the way. Where's Rolo? Where's my mom? Did you kill her? Oh heavens no! Do I seem like a killer to you?
Iggy and Luca shared a skeptical look.
Well, do I? No, shucks, now that hurts my feelings. Screw that guy. Why didn't we, like, throw that away? Like, would have been the first thing I did, was just toss that thing. Wait a minute. If this is the original town, then that means...
Iggy darted behind a large pine and began digging furiously. He emerged holding a shoebox with a crude skull painted on it.
What's that? Long story. So a few years back, I came into possession of some premium grade fireworks. Not the wimpy firecracker stuff that they give kids. The good stuff. Why did you bury it under a tree? The long part of the story? Or that's the long part of the story. You and Rolo were doing chores at Rolo's chicken coop, and you guys pissed me off for some reason or another.
Luca rolled his eyes with real...
No, you didn't.
Iggy stifled a chuckle.
Yep. I just wanted to give you guys a little scare. But like I said, these were some primo fireworks. So I might have underestimated things. You blew up the chicken coop? I prefer to think of it as an incendiary redecoration. Sorry, but you should have seen the looks on your faces. Rolo got grounded for months. Which is why I need to stash the evidence and lay low. So I buried him under that tree. But when I came back from later, they were gone. I figured some grown-up found him and tossed him.
Iggy triumphantly raised the shoebox.
No, it's because between the chicken coop incident and now, we've been relocated. Turns out it wasn't the fireworks that got moved. It was us. Unbelievable. Alright, so Rolo got grounded for months, like last year or so, apparently. So sometime within the last year, our characters were moved. Do you think this is a game? Newsflash, boyo. You're not a hero. You're a little brat who's in way over his head. A hero is just someone who refuses to give up. Comics these days are rotting children's brains. Everyone thinks they're a spaceman superhero. was always partial to Hank Atomic myself. Is that so? Do you really think you have a chance against us? You have no idea how powerful we are. Ooh, excuse me. Prepare for blast off, loser. Can I just chuck this thing? Like, I definitely shouldn't be holding on to it. Oh my goodness, that was the previous fountain.
Luca and Iggy inched up to the edge of the hole with
Okay.
Arctic air breathed out of the cavern in heaving gusts.
There's Arctic air coming out. Echo! That's a lot of echoes. Whoa. I can see why they wanted to move us all out of town now. But why would they dig a giant hole? I think this is it. Oop, we might have found the source. This is the source? It's a dang hole? That was a question, and I didn't realize that it was a question. How do we smash a hole? Oh, it's Mr. Kerr. Oh, this is much more than that, my annoying little friend. Kerr. Where's Rolo? I wasn't lying before, he's safe. Well, safer than you two, at least. Rats, it's cold. You just had to drag me all the way out here, didn't you?
Mr. Kerr gazed down the abyss in contemplation.
It really is something, isn't it? What did you do to our town? What is all of this? Well, that's a doozy of a question. This is the source, where they collect the unrefined,
Kerr scratched the back of his head.
Honestly, boys, I don't understand any of this well enough to explain it. Fact of the matter is, I'm not paid to know. What do you mean you don't know? Ain't you in charge? Oh, heavens no! My role is to merely flash a winning smile and manage various complications. Complications like us? You are a smart boy.
His face contorted into a saccharine.
It really is nothing personal. Some people are destined to strive for greatness, and others are simply obstacles along the way. Seems like you were destined to be a creepy lackey. The point is, we all have our parts to play in life. Mine just happens to be a lead in the role of a lifetime. And you happen to be extras ready for your curtain call. We aren't giving up without a fight. Your smile's not gonna be so winning after we're done with you. Now, boys, there's no need for melodrama. It makes even a professional, such as myself, embarrassed for you. Let's change the mood a bit.
Kerr snapped his fingers.
Scene change. Uh-oh. Oh, well, okay. We got 3 clipboards and 2 hazmat people. There, that's better. Deal with them.
Iggy turned to Luca with a sly glance.
Why are you smirking? Because I have a box full of fireworks and you don't.
Iggy waved the box into the air, threatening to drop it down the hole.
Stop. Let's not do something regrettable. Joke's on you. Regret is one of my specialties. Out of curiosity, what would happen if I threw these in your precious hole? Nothing. Nothing at all. You're a terrible liar. I'll have you know, I am an exceptional liar. Up. That's far enough. Oh, that was the wrong accent. Hang on. That's far enough.
Iggy plucked a single bottle rocket from the box and held it
Single
up
bottle
for
rocket.
reference.
Okay. Stop, you fool. Ooh, he's sweating. Call off your goons.
After a long pause, Mr. Kerr flung up his hand with frustration.
Very well. You can all head back for the night. It's been a long day. I'll handle these two from here. Oh, excuse me.
Mr. Kerr sighed into
Mr.
the
Kerr.
frigid air.
Okay. It's just now style, Iggy. You can put that down. What, like this?
With a nonchalant flick, Iggy tossed the firework
Right into the hole. Of course he did. Well, Iggy, that probably wasn't the best option. Ew. Whoa.
With a growl, Kerr leapt at Iggy, crashing through Luca.
Crashing through Luca. Oh my goodness. Oh no.
Iggy tried to twist away, but in the struggle they both tumbled over the side. Luca dove forward, bracing Iggy's hand just before it slipped. His grip was made precarious by the cold, wet snow. He could see Kerr further down, clinging to Iggy's coat.
You reckless child, what have you done? Luca, listen to me. Hold on tight and use a walkie-talkie to call them back. How, what channel do I use? It doesn't make a damn difference. They're all listening. If you do that, the clipboards will just haul us up and snag us both. The only way you can get out of this is if Kerr's out of the picture. Just let go and save yourself. If he lets go, we both die. I don't want to die, but seeing the look on your face almost makes it worth it. Mr. Kerr, you've had a long life. Why don't you actually do something selfless and just let go?
Mr. Kerr gasped with insult.
Long life? I'll have you know I can still play 25. You should have heard me sing the part of Phileas Young.
With a wild look in his eye, Mr. Kerr began to hum a proud melody.
I don't know how to make that work. I'm not. Can you believe this guy? We learned how to hum. Interesting.
Luca's
Not helpful
hand
right now.
began to cramp. His voice began to crack.
Oof. Kerr, just let go. No can do. If you want to save your friend, you have to save me too. Luca, look at me. It's okay.
Luca felt Iggy loosen his grasp.
Iggy, don't do that. You aren't gonna kill your friend like that, are you?
Every muscle in Luca's body burned.
I'm not his friend. Yes, you are. Nah, I'm just a no-good bully. Like you, Kerr. Iggy, no.
Luca felt his hand slipping.
Mm. And I told you what you need to do with bullies. I can't. It's your only way out of this mess. Two birds with one stone. It makes sense for us to fall together. Wackadoos travel in packs.
A calm settled over Iggy's face.
Luca, let me do this.
Iggy's voice was colder than the bitter air billowing from the chasm.
Let me do the right thing for once. Oh, we can refuse or we can accept. Oh no. Oh, we can accept that he's gonna fall down the hole, or we can refuse. What happens if we refuse? I don't want him to die, but like, we can't hold on much longer. So if we accept, he just dies instantly, and then I'm sure like we're sad or whatever. But if we accept it and we save him, there's no guarantee, or that if we refuse it and we save him, then there's no guarantee that one, we even save him, and two, that we get out of this okay. Either way, we don't know what's gonna lead to the best path or what. That's so sad. Ugh, okay. No, we're not gonna let Iggy fall. No.
Luca had no choice but to refuse Iggy's
Chad, it can't do
request.
it.
He
Can't do
tightened
it.
his grip and reached for the walkie-talkie in his pocket.
Alright, so we're calling for help.
A wild delight crept onto Mr. Kerr's face. That's a good lad. Now, great. Iggy begged Luca with his eyes one last time. But Luca pressed the button and called out, We need help. Mr. Kerr is in danger. It wasn't long before they were once again surrounded by clipboards.
Okay.
Mr. Kerr sighed with relieved frustration. There you are. You really are a worthless lot, aren't you? Mirror, now. A clipboard dutifully produced an ornate ivory hand mirror, and Mr. Kerr began preening his tousled hair. Ah, that's better. Mr. Van Horn, I applaud your sharp thinking under duress. I'll put in a good word for you with the founder. Take them away.
Oh my.
A swarm of hands overpowered Luca. The last thing he saw before a cloth bag was pulled over his head was the defeated look. The end.
Ugh.
I think this was one of those times where doing the right thing was the wrong thing.
Right thing was the wrong thing. Don't say that. Okay. We immediately have to go back and let him fall. Oh. Oh. Hi, honey. You came in when this is so sad right now. We have to let Iggy die. Thank you for the sub.
Luca had no choice but to accept
Alright.
Iggy's request.
Oh.
With a quiet blink, Luca watched a teardrop sail down into the howling void. As his fingers slowly gave up, he met eyes.
Good. No, I didn't want to do that.
The two silhouettes were swallowed by darkness.
Thank you, hun. I don't know how long we'll be streaming tonight because this is getting to me too hard. The fireworks! No, not the fireworks. This is so sad. I'll have a goodbye, Iggy. Bro. Oh my goodness. Luca, you should really step back. What? Quickly. Ah! Curious. Ah, but of course. Those fireworks of Iggy's must have been just the right amount of energy. We should get out of here before perennial harvest arrives. Not until you tell me what just happened. Your friend's sacrifice just saved this town. For a little while, anyway. How? Tempest Liquamine is a peculiar substance. It can change the relationship between matter and time itself. What? Eh? But doing so requires unfathomable energy. In a closed system, that energy can only come from its surroundings. The useful side product of this property being, by adding precisely the correct amount of energy to it, one can create a cryogenic cascade. So the gunk makes things cold and fireworks made the whole freeze over. That's one way of putting it, yes. As dumb luck would have it, the fireworks weren't strong enough to generate a runaway reaction. I shudder to think what would have happened in that case.
We have some idea what that would look like.
We have some idea what that would look like. I don't. It will take them a good while to safely break through and access this source again. If you know all of this stuff, why haven't you been helping? I have been, in my own way. Each one of us has our role to play. Iggy's role, it turns out, was to buy us precious time. Mine has been to observe and wait. Wait for what? You. Me? Why? What's my role?
A fierce twinkle flashed in Nat's eyes.
Luca Van Horn, you're going to save the world.
With a chuckle,
I don't want to
Nat
save the world, I
turned
want to save
northwest.
Iggy. I know he was a bully and he was kind of a butt, but like... That was so sad. He sacrificed himself because he wanted us to be saved. And he did the stereotypical, let me do the right thing for once thing that, like, buttheads always do.
Dumbfounded, Luca followed behind him, trudging through the snow.
And now we're following this random creature that we met in the frozen Beacon Pines.
Every step taking him further away from everyone and everything he knew. And to be continued.
Ooh, Destiny. To be continued in
Pines harder.
Beacon Pines 2, Pines harder.
Revenge
Revenge served cold.
Second time's a charm. Wait, that's it?
I mean, that's
This
it.
ends with a crummy cliffhanger just when it was getting good? I was even starting to like Iggy.
So you starting to like Iggy?
No way. I refuse to be associated with some never-ending parade of sequels.
Right?
Let's go back and find something more definitive.
All right. That was a good way for that to peter off. Wow, we've died many times so far. I think the only other thing we can do is to play good cop, hard cop, which is a weird way to phrase that, but that's what this is called. So, we have trapped the neighbor guy, whose voice I don't remember. I don't remember what voice we gave him. And originally we did good cop, chill cop, where we were just super chill about it. And he escaped and locked us in the basement. So now we gotta play good cop, hard cop. So we have him tied to a chair after we ambushed him in the basement, where we found explosives and a lot of conspiracy theory stuff in our basement. So, right, good cop, hard cop it is.
Run the classic good cop, hard cop interrogation. Rollo brandished a steely gaze. I've got this. Read about it 100 times.
Okay, so Rollo's gonna be the hard cop. We gave him a southern
Rollo
accent.
swaggered past the chair which propped up the slumping Hiram Tolliver. Without even looking at his captive, he began with a long, blustery drawl.
Well, 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 Mr. Tolliver.
Mr. Tolliver remained motionless. Rollo spun around to face him. He'd clearly expected to rouse Mr. Tolliver with his booming voice.
Mr. Tolliver.
Beck and Luca gave each other an unsure glance. Rollo slammed his fist on the table.
I said, Mr. Tolliver.
He grabbed the table lamp and beamed it onto the unconscious face. Mr. Tolliver groaned and slowly lifted his head. He recoiled with a muddled, weary
I don't
squint.
remember what voice we gave him. What in the world? I think it was something like that.
The chair wobbled as he attempted to straighten up.
Who's there?
Mr. Tolliver could only make out rough shapes through the glaring light.
Right, because there's light shining in his face.
With a gruff tone, Rollo hoped to both conceal his voice and intimidate.
I'll be asking the questions here, punk. Now hold on, let's just calm down. Oh, I am calm. Calm as a carrot in dirt. I don't know if I can do the gruff part. As for you, looks like you're sweating.
The doubtful expression on Beck and Luca's faces transformed into awe.
We do this my way, or let's just say I've never needed another way.
Rollo, hitting his stride,
Okay.
was now channeling every detective trope his memory could recall.
That's fair.
He slammed the table again.
Now dance! But I don't even.
Mr. Tolliver's voice became desperate. He was nearly in tears.
You tied me down, how on earth could I dance? Dance with your mouth, punk. That wasn't very southern, I'm sorry. Spill the beans. What are you doing poking around this house? I'm here to help Juniper. To make sure everything's ready. Oh, so you're in cahoots with Gran? Gran?
Mr. Tulliver was in a daze,
Oops.
now more confused than ever.
Gonna help her blow up the festival, eh? Blow up the festival? Good lord.
He shook his head, feeling more and more dizzy.
No, you've got it all wrong. Where is she now? She's headed to the source. Source? What's the source? It's where
His voice faded to a whisper.
the town began. Where it all began. What's Operation Spark Plug?
With that, Mr. Tulliver passed out cold.
Up. He fainted.
Rollo swung around with a
Wow.
repentant grimace.
Damn, Rollo. I think you went a little too hard on him. What did he say about the source? It's where the town began. We need more information. Yeah, but we better not push Mr. Tulliver any further. Is there anyone else who might know more? What about the History Museum? It just got set up for the festival. Nah, that tent was put up by the Valentines. Everything they do is just a bunch of fluff to glorify themselves. Is there anything more reliable? The library? If there's any information about this source thing, Cato can help us find it. Let's go get some answers. Oh no, I don't remember Cato's voice either. I think he was one of the random soft voices that I do. This is a dang nice library. Thinks we work hard on it. Aren't you a little young to be a librarian? Oh, Cato hung out here so much they eventually gave him a set of keys. I just keep an eye on the place for Miss Novak sometimes. They've got you working for free? It's quiet and I get access to all the books I can read. What more could a person want? Fair enough. What can I do for you all? We need a favor. I already told you and Rollo. I can't put you any higher on the wait list for the next Hank Atomic. And if you're here with more candy, I'll have you know I can't be bought. Call it a personal code of conscience. Actually, we're looking to do some research. Now you're speaking my language. What are you looking for? That's the thing, we sorta don't know. What do you got on the history of the town? That's the county record archives. What's in those? Births, deaths, newspaper clippings, stuff like that. Pretty boring reading. But they do go all the way back to when the town was founded. Great, we'll start there.
Chapter 8.
Chapter 8. Wow.
6 feet under, 3 towns over. The kids spent the
6
rest
feet
of the
under, 3
afternoon
towns
combing
over.
through dusty piles of old county records, desperately searching for anything that could help them make sense of Mr. Tulliver's cryptic utterance. Luca tried to shake the thought of Gran's basement, but his focus wavered. Explosives, messages hidden in jam, dossiers on various town figures, and a corkboard threaded with photos. Gran was the only family he had left. He still couldn't bring himself to believe the worst. But the old map with the symbol of explosives in town square made that difficult. As the sun began to set, the kids were no closer to the truth.
If I have to read any more records, my eyeballs are gonna pop out. We have to keep digging. If I dig another word, I'm gonna end up in one of these asinine death records. Rollo Carter lived a life full of... Rollo Carter lived a full and wonderful life, till he read so much boring crud that his brain oozed out of his ears.
Rollo shut his book with an assertive nod.
If you've got a better idea, spit it out. You sound like my sister. That's not true. Keep pushing your luck, pal. And it won't be boring county records that kill you. I'll put you in the obituaries myself.
Rollo muttered under his breath.
You're a county record. Really? That's the best you've got? When I'm done with you, you'll be a footnote in history. Just like...
Beck slammed her finger down on the open page before glancing down to read.
J. Hartford here. I'd love to see you try. Hey, hey, hey. We're all a little tired here. Just take a minute and...
Something tickled the back of Luca's mind.
Wait, what was that name, Beck? In the obit? J. Hartford? From the Bronxville Tribune 8 years ago. That can't be right. What is it? J. Hartford? That's my grand's name. Juniper Hartford. Maybe there were two J. Hartfords? Mrs. Hartford is survived by her daughter, E. Hartford. My mom's name is Eleanor. Okay, this is getting creepy. If your gran is 6 feet under 3 towns over, then who am I living with?
The question hung in the air.
Alright, gang, I gotta close up for the night.
Beck rubbed her eyes.
How late is it? Almost 10. Oh crap, Pa's gonna kill me. I gotta go. Yeah, my parents will be worried sick. Okay, let's meet up as early as we can at the festival tomorrow. What are you gonna do about the unconscious man in your basement? I'll think of something. Ooh, goodness. Is Gran gonna be
Luca's
home?
heart was pounding as he approached the house. If he was lucky, Gran, or whoever it was, hadn't gotten back yet. And of course, there was Mr. Tolliver tied up and unconscious in the basement. Dealing with him would be the first order of business. Luca shook out his arms to calm his nerves before entering.
Oh, she's home.
He held perfectly still, tempering his breath and listened. She was asleep. His only hope was that she hadn't found Mr. Tolliver before dozing off.
I have a feeling we're gonna get trapped in the basement too. Oh dear, dear, dear. Oh. Oh no.
Mr. Tolliver was nowhere to be seen.
Okay, Mr. Tolliver's not in here. Maybe he woke up, escaped from his bindings, and left without a trace?
Or maybe Gran knew everything.
What do I do?
Luca's hungry stomach groaned. Not realizing it, he'd gone the entire day without eating.
Uh-oh. Okay, I can figure this out. Just need a little brain food.
Luca rushed over to the pile of jam jars, unscrewed one, and shoveled a handful into his mouth.
That's not a good idea. I'm afraid your jam delivery will be delayed.
He flipped the lid to read the label.
Mr. Nuncreed. Okay, now I can think. If Gran knows we tied Mr. Tolliver, knows that we tied up Mr. Tolliver, I'm screwed. If she doesn't know, then I need to play it cool. I guess the only option is to go to bed and act as if nothing's wrong. Gran will think Mr. Tolliver finished what he was sent to do and left when he was done. Alright. Probably shouldn't have eaten that. Uh-oh. And stick to the plan. Go to bed, play it cool. Oh, is she gonna be waiting for us in the bedroom?
Final stare, the emotion of the day dragged heavily. With each consecutive step, his legs weakened. His stride began to falter. tried to grab for the railing to
Uh-oh.
steady himself. Something was wrong.
Yep, something was wrong. Come on, legs. Just a few more steps.
Luca
There was something
groaned
in that
and tried to move.
jam. It was for Mr. Nuncreed.
His
Ah,
limbs might
man.
as well have been bolted to the ground. Through numb lips, he mumbled just before falling asleep.
Oh, we went to sleep all right on the landing. Oh, okay. What's gonna happen next? Sweet boy. What did you get yourself into? I bet that's Gran. Rest now, and let me handle everything. Alright, we're in bed. It's okay. Alright, we're in bed.
Chapter
For how
9.
long?
A speech to end all speeches.
Speech to end all speeches.
Luca awoke to find himself face down in bed.
Face down. Just.
He moaned into his pillow. Why would Gran drug him? Or rather, why was she trying to drug Mr. Nuncreed? Shaking the questions from his woozy head, Luca snapped back to the matter at.
He still needs some actual food. The festival! Do we have the ability to run? Probably not. But we can walk, so that's cool. How about some actual food? Can I eat some actual food? Just go for it. We've only found one new word, so I'm kind of concerned that we haven't seen any more. Alright, there's our friends. Where have you been? Gran put something in the jam. Yeah, we know. Secret messages for secret conspirators. Not this one. The one intended for Mr. Nuncreed. Put me to sleep. Whoa! Sly devil. Oh. We got a new word. Okay, good. I think she's trying to remove him from the equation. He might be in danger. Have you found anything? We looked around, but we haven't seen anything odd. Your Gran is nowhere to be found. But Mr. Nuncreed is just loafing around waiting for the speech. What speech? Mayor Gus just got up to the podium. Everyone's gathering at the stage. Let's get moving. Uh-oh. Got a bad feeling about this.
Nervously wiped his brow.
It's Augustus Valentine. Interesting. Hello, Beacon Pines. I'm Augustus Valentine, your mayor, and I suppose you already know that. Oh yes, before we get started, I just wanted to take a moment to recognize someone who couldn't be here today. This town wouldn't be where it is today without my father, Sharper Valentine. So I thought we could begin with a round of applause befitting such a great man. Even that's more than the old codger deserved.
Gus cleared his throat and awkwardly loosened his tie.
Right, where was I?
William Kerr bounded on the stage with the energy of a preacher at a big tent revival.
Gus Valentine, everyone!
He gave Gus a hearty slap on the back and motioned him off the stage.
Let's hear it for our mayor! What a great turnout! Oh, heck, I didn't prepare anything. But I suppose I could say a few words. Would be ashamed to waste such a beautiful podium.
Mr. Kerr pulled a thick stack of note cards out from his vest.
Didn't prepare anything. Not a single word prepared. Not even a little bitty tiny speech prepared. Community, conviction, commitment. These are the things we celebrate at Perennial Harvest. For us, these are the pillars of the bridge to a better tomorrow. But I think it's time to add a new pillar. Change. Change is a powerful thing. It's exonerable, unavoidable, and undeniable. And I am dadgum thankful for that. Change is the reason we're all together today. It's hard for me to believe that it was only 4 years ago when fate brought me here. A simple business trip, which brought me to a small town, which would change my life forever.
Mr. Kerr took a moment to survey the crowd.
You know what?
He wiped away a single tear.
From the second I set foot in Beacon Pines, something told me this place has held me captive. You see, change represents opportunity. It represents potential. It was change that helped me recognize the potential of this place. To see that the people of this town, despite suffering great loss, still held on to the things that made them special.
He thumped the podium to emphasize each word.
Community, conviction, commitment, change.
Mr. Kerr nodded confidently, biting his lip. The crowd was silent, in rapt attention.
Fate made a perfect match that day. Nothing is more important to you all than community. And Perennial Harvest is a community first and foremost.
Mr. Kerr methodically made eye contact with each section of the crowd.
The only way you made it through the foul harvest was an unshakable conviction. A conviction that a better tomorrow was just over the horizon. Perennial Harvest was founded on the conviction that we are that horizon. This festival is a symbol of our commitment to each other.
His voice began to build to a crescendo.
He's talking a lot. We now walk hand in hand into a future we will shape together. And that is what change is all about. Grabbing the future by the scruff of the neck and making things happen. Change is a choice. I am tickled pink that we will all be making that choice together. How great is that? Just imagine what we can accomplish. Oh my god, what is happening? What was that? Yeah, same.
The crowd began to look around nervously.
Don't worry, a little thunder isn't going to ruin this day. Everyone remain calm.
Mr. Kerr quickly flicked through his note cards.
He's got note cards like, what do I say in this situation? Where was I? All through my travels, through all of my travels, I have learned one true thing. One always reaps what they sow. We have all planted a lot of good in this town. And so, it is with a happy heart that I can proclaim
He raised his hands up to the heavens.
our harvest awaits. Oh my god, we're frozen. What happened? Not again.
At that moment,
Did we die
a
again?
merciless wall of impossibly cold air ripped through the crowd, instantly freezing everyone and everything it touched. For a man like William Kerr, this was a fitting way for things to end. On a stage, with an entire town frozen in rapt attention for the rest of time. The end.
Ugh,
That ice again! Whenever I think we're getting close, it comes along
it's
and
the
ruins
ice
everything.
again. Ugh.
Maybe we should just quit?
Hmm.
Maybe you should just close the book, walk away, and never think of me again. No, I don't mean that. We got a little closer this time. We just need to try again. Please.
All right. Okay, book, we can try again. All right, so we earned Sly, which means that we can, instead of hard cop, we can be Sly cop, I guess. What else did we earn? Did we earn anything else majorly? Nope. Sly was the only word that we've earned, apparently. Oh, okay. All right. Let's be the Sly cop. All right. Because hard cop means that he passed out. Sly cop. Maybe it's going to be Beck's turn. Because when it was chill cop, it was, of course... Sorry, I'm adjusting my seating. And y'all are seeing Snorlax. When it was the chill cop, that was just Luca doing whatever. Rolo was the hard cop, so maybe Beck will be the Sly cop.
Behind a barrel, leaving Beck to her task.
All right. Yep. Okay.
With a few crisp snaps, she roused Mr. Tolliver.
Where did my water go? Oh, there it is. All right. So she's snapping at him. What? What's going on here? You're that McDowell girl. I don't know how to pronounce it. Please, call me Beck. Sorry about all this.
Mr. Tolliver looked down and shifted a bit, testing his restraints.
Seems there's been a mix-up. You see, I'm down here for the same reason you are. Juniper sent you?
Beck caught herself before letting the surprise manifest on her face. She'd already gotten him to reveal his relation. This was gonna be easy.
You know how Juniper is with her precautions. Operation Sparkplug has us all on edge. I guess she thought you needed some backup. But she said a child? What better way to avoid prying eyes? Who would suspect a child? Or a kid? I suppose that makes sense.
Mr. Tolliver wriggled a bit in his restraints.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Beck quickly removed the ropes.
That had to be uncomfortable. A little, yeah. But you understand. We never know who to trust in this town.
Mr. Tolliver rubbed the growing knot on his forehead.
Very true. But turns out we're both here
Beck
too.
twirled her hand, as if to prompt Mr. Tolliver to finish her thought.
Destroy the evidence.
Beck shook her head and clicked her tongue.
Yep, the old gal is nothing if not thorough.
Mr. Tolliver let out an amused huff in agreement.
She sure is. Can't blame her though. If anyone were to find out we were going to destroy the source, well, we both know how bad that might be. No one will know anything once I finish cleaning things up down here.
Beck was on a roll now, playing Mr. Tolliver like a fiddle.
You sure you can finish up on your own? Juniper trusted me for a reason. You can leave the rest to me. Good. There's one more loose end I'll go work on. Loose end? Oh, it's nothing, really. The other day, I had the radio on scan while restocking the candy shelf. Wouldn't you know it, I intercepted an odd phrase in a perennial harvest transmission. Underground secrets. That's ominous. I think it might be a password, but Juniper dismissed it. That it wasn't mission critical. What's the password for? We don't know. So we have a password and know where to put it. It's gotta mean something, right? Good thinking. You should probably go work that out. I've got this under control. Yeah, it's a relief. Between you and me, this basement gives me the willies.
Heading for the stairs, Mr. Tolliver hesitated and turned to Beck with a puzzled look. She grinned and gave him a peppy wave. With a shrug, he continued up the stairs, whistling a jaunty tune.
You guys catch that? Sure did. This whole time, Mr. Tolliver's had a candy shelf. But all he ever sells us is apples.
Beck blinked slowly in disappointment.
Password, Rolo. Well, sure, but once things are back to normal, I'll be having a word with Mr. Tolliver about that candy shelf. Fine. In the meantime, I've got an idea.
She turned to the table and began tearing small scraps of paper.
Oh, excuse me. He said he had a password on the radio. Any good spy transmission is never what it seems.
Beck marked each scrap of paper and leaned back.
We just need to find the hidden meaning. Okay. What's another word for underground? Buried, covered. Could it be a cover-up? Maybe that's one of those each letter is a number thingies. So U would be 21. N would be 14. D would be... Ew. It's an anagram. Nun Creed's drugstore.
Luca and Beck looked at Rollo with amazement.
What? Rollo, that was incredible. Yeah, it was incredible. What the crap? Well, it's either that or Kren's new drugstore. Yeah, I think you were right the first time. How did you do that? What can I say? I love ciphers. But I guess we know where to go next. Oh, we didn't destroy the evidence. I don't know what that is. Alright, Mr. Nuncreed's drugstore. Oop. That's a person we need to avoid. Witch doctor. It scared me half to death. Sorry. You kids haven't seen Mr. Tolliver around, have you? Nope. He's got me waiting around like the last slice of pie. I swear that man would be late to his own funeral. I don't remember the voice we actually gave her, so that's the one I gave her this time. I'm hoping that like this isn't the ending one, and we get like one more word we can try somewhere else. So it would really kind of suck if this was the end. You're late, Augustus. Sorry, sister. Was caught up with work. Work? You? I had a few more details to lock down for the festival. Oh, what do you have to report? What is this Insipid Town festival really about? I think...
Gus looked around nervously.
I think Mr. Kerr really does just want to do something good for the town. He's actually a pretty nice guy. You should spend some time with him. I didn't pull strings installing you as mayor so that you could make friends. Your job is to help me figure out Mr. Kerr and when your harvester intentions are with his town. We have a responsibility. This is our father's town. Excuse me. This was our father's town. He's gone, Eris, and he isn't coming back. Father left us with nothing but problems. Mr. Kerr came here and offered to help us. We accepted that help. We didn't agree to them turning Father's warehouse into a toxic dumping ground. That's just a temporary arrangement. The glow can be seen from our damned backyard. They're dumping their nasty little secrets on us. When all this inevitably goes wrong, who do you think will be blamed?
Eris's cry hung in
Eris's
the air.
cry hung. We have a new choice to make now, sister. This town is going to change, whether we like it or not. Are we going to choose to be a part of that future, or be forgotten in the past? It's a shame. Father named you Augustus, but you will always just be a Gus. Good night, Eris. I'll see you at breakfast tomorrow. Not if she kills you in your sleep. Up. It's getting late, children. Alright, so something is going on underneath this fountain, but we can't get under there. Oh, knowledge he's about with a sneer. There exists a gulf between knowing something and being able to do a damn thing about it. I do hate when the villain makes a good point. Huh. Alright, we're gonna make it to Nuncreed's store. Oh.
Solomon stood proudly at
Solomon
the entrance
stood-
to the drugstore,
So that's the bat,
holding a brown
I
bag
think.
overflowing with black licorice.
Oh, I don't know who that is. Hey, Solomon. We're looking for Mr. Nuncreed. Is he still in there? Afraid not. Then where'd you get that candy from? You might say, we have an arrangement.
Solomon shoveled a surprising amount of licorice into his mouth.
Sometimes it's the small pleasures in life. Though we might not have always had family to rely on, licorice has never let me down. Well, I can't say licorice would be my first choice, but whatever floats your boat. You can tell a lot about their person by the choice of confection. Oh, yeah, I guess. I like sour gobs. Me too. I'm certain you do. I've always wondered why Mr. Nuncreed kept licorice in stock. You must eat enough of it to make it worthwhile. There are many ways to earn loyalty. For some, it's as easy as cold hard cash. That was weird. Well, he's right, it's locked. There's gotta be more clues. Okay, let's see. Got a library. Got... not a lot. I have a feeling this is gonna end up in the phone booth again. Have you ever seen anyone actually use this thing? Besides Mr. Nuncreed, no.
Beck cupped her hands on the glass to peek inside.
That is not a normal phone booth. It's got like a blinky keypad. Why would there be a blinky keypad? Crin's Nude Rug Store. Wait, Crin's Nude Rug Store. I mean, Underground Secrets. The password.
Beck flung open the door and they all squeezed in.
All right, let's see here.
Luca cracked his knuckles and entered the letters into the keypad.
Underground Secrets. Sounds like that did something. Great, now what? I guess we... Ah!
The inside of the phone booth dropped loose from its shell.
Well,
Without even the space to panic, they closed their eyes, held their breath, and accepted their fate. Suddenly, the chaotic descent slowed to an effortless landing.
All
It
right.
was unclear where they ended up, but at least it was solid ground.
solid ground. Excellent. That...
The air was stagnant
Huh.
and smelled vaguely of chlorine.
Green. I knew it. You knew that there was a secret hub full of strange tubes under the phone booth. Of course I did. Rollo, please. Didn't I say that? No. I definitely thought it. Luca, do you remember when I said how cool it would be if trans-dimensional conduits from Hankatomic issue number 12 were real? Rollo, at one point or another, you've said that about every technology ever discussed in Hankatomic. That's why I'm such a great predictor. It looks like each of these has something written on them. Mining Operations Alpha. You guys have mines here? Not that I know of. This town is all farms and fertilizer. And a series of tubes. Always says you can only trust a miner up to the point when they hit gold. I'm not sure how that wisdom applies in this exact situation. That's the thing about Pa. You don't always realize what he means till it's too late. Perennial Harvest main office. That's where my mum works. What does she do? Science stuff. Is she involved in all this? We just moved here. How could she be involved? True. She still could be involved. Valentine Fertilizer Warehouse. Isn't that where you almost got snatched? Yeah. Why would a Perennial Harvest have a tube going to the old Valentine place? This is starting to feel like something big. This suit has a broken mask. So, have we found our mystery warehouse creeper? We've at least found their hazmat suit. Maybe it walks like a nun creed and talks like a nun creed. Let's not jump to conclusions. I'm just saying. Alright, so I think we've investigated everything but this computer over here. That's probably all we can do. That's a lot of buttons. I wonder if we just like climb through the tunnels. Stand aside, Earthlings. I've read enough Hank Atomic to know my way around sci-fi tech.
Rollo's hands hovered over the field of blinking buttons.
Eeny, meeny, miny. Oh. Uh-oh. Rollo, what did you do? Nothing. I didn't even mow yet. What was that? Hide. Where? There's nothing but weird tubes down here. Let's get back. Mr. Nuncreed. Chit. Chit. Chits. Awesome! Roland, please. Y'all need to come with me now. We aren't going anywhere with you. Not until we get some answers. Mr. Underground Secrets. Told them it was an absurd password. But they love anything that makes them feel clever. They who? That's no matter. I can keep you hidden until after the festival. I might be able to save your skins. We don't care about our skins. Hold on now, I like my skin. This all stops now, Nuncreed.
Joseph waited for a moment in silence.
His name is Joseph Nuncreed. You sound just like him. Who? Walt. That's our dad. You don't get to talk about my dad. You know, your father and I were friends back before.
He gestured toward the strange tubes.
All of this. That's a lie. It's true. He used to bounce you on my knee. What happened? Same thing that always happens. Reality, complications, life. We were team, Walt and I. An idealistic doctor and a bright-eyed pharmacist. Both hell-bent on helping folks. So you were his sidekick? No. We were partners. We helped patients and I helped him. Yep, total sidekick.
Nuncreed let out a growl of a sigh.
Luke, I need you to know this. I need someone to know this. One day, Sharper Valentine comes to us. Says he's got an opportunity. He'd found something he didn't quite understand. And he was willing to pay us both handsomely to help him understand it. And my dad said no. Your father and I both believed in helping people. But the thing I could never get him to understand was, it's a lot easier to help others if you help yourself now and then. Classic sidekick into villain plotline. Walt loved being righteous, almost more than he loved his family. He was wrong about one thing, though. When he begged me not to take Valentine's offer, he said, Joseph, if a person says yes to one time to Sharper Valentine, he'll make sure they keep on saying yes to him until the day he's dead and gone.
He shook his head
Sharper's long gone, but he still got me saying yes. Is there a point to this sub-story? Not really, no. Just an old man trying to delay what needs doing.
Nuncreed took a menacing step toward.
I tried to keep you safe. I tried to keep you and Juniper out of all this. But you forced my hand.
Luca began to laugh.
What? You really don't know? My gran isn't out of this. She's been scheming right under your nose. Juniper? Seems like she's planning on crashing the town's party. She's going to disrupt the festival? Why would she?
The color drained from Nuncreed's face.
How does she know? Apparently, she knows lots of things. What? Let's just say this isn't the only underground layer we've busted into today. And honestly, hers is way cooler. She's got maps and explosives and bad intentions, big man.
Nuncreed grabbed Luca by the shoulders. His eyes were...
You need to tell me what she's going to do right now. She doesn't understand what she's messing with. Tell me now. If she's in danger, boy. I don't know. She had a map with a mark on the fountain in the town square. Fountain? But why would...
A jolt of realization struck Mr. Nuncreed.
She knows about the source? What the heck is the source? If she tries to destroy the source, it could catalyze and... Dear God, she's going to freeze us all. You all need to run. Run where? Away. As far away from this town as you can get. Head west and don't look back. That did not go how I expected. So, we're totally following him, right? Totally. See you on the other side. You good? Yep. I love this town. What? You love this town? Beck, that is crazy.
Chapter 8.
Alright. Chapter 8.
The cold, hard truth.
Cold, hard truth.
Beck leapt up, allowing the suction to yank her into the dark. Dimness eclipsed around her like the shutter of a camera as she seemed to cover great distance in mere moments. Her only points of reference were glints of upcoming turns, which approached with frightening speed, only to carom her gracefully along. She heard the tinny, distant echoes of Rollo's glee. Once she stopped fighting against it, the ride was impossibly smooth. Then, all of a sudden, as if minutes had passed, light blazed into view. A burst of wintry air snuffed across her face, and she was flung out into the cold.
Oh. Alright, I think we're back in the old town, but in a different timeline. That was intense. Yeah. I think I might have parted with some fluids in there. Any idea where we are? Somewhere cold. Doesn't look like it got on any of us. Didn't feel like we traveled that far. Where did it all go? This place sucks. Oh, sorry. This place sucks. Why would anyone ever want to blow something up out here? Only one way to find out, I suppose. We've got to catch up to Nuncreed. I think he went this way. Alright, so we know that this is actually Beacon Pines. This looks familiar, yeah. Maybe we can clear off the snow. No time. Nuncreed's getting away. Alright, so we don't get to know we're in Beacon Pines, but... Sure looks familiar. Okay, this is starting to feel really familiar. I may not be the most well-versed in all things about Beacon Pines, but this does look like some sort of frozen replica of the town. Ah, I think I got it. It's so obvious now. Mr. Nungreed is an alien. Hello. Stick with me here. His species can only live in sub-zero temperatures. Oh boy, here we go. The source is their base camp dimensions, so naturally they keep it cold. We found it by traveling through those metallic wormholes back there. The final objective, kill us all and shapeshift into a Beacon Pines citizen of their choosing. You never really had me, but you very much lost me there. You get used to it. We should keep moving.
As they rounded the corner to the frozen town square, they spotted Mr. Nungreed inching cautiously toward a pit at its center. He held his arms out gingerly, as if approaching a beast in the wild.
Oh, we caught him, and we found Gran.
Upon closing the distance, Luca recognized what Nungreed was after. Gran stood confidently at the edge, one arm outstretched over the abyss. Nearby, a wheelbarrow had been emptied out. She held a lit torch, which flickered in the bitter wind.
Juniper, I don't know what you think you're doing, but I assure you this is not going to solve anything. If you drop that, you've doomed this whole town. No, it wasn't me who doomed this town. I've been watching you, Joseph. I know what you've done. You and your co-conspirators. Man, what's happening? Luca, you and your friends need to leave right this moment.
Mr. Nungreed turned back toward the kids, desperation in his...
Listen to your grandma, Luca. This is between me and Juniper.
Rolowenbach held steadfast in awe. Luca approached closer. Mr. Nungreed spun back toward Gran, his voice growing loud.
You got it all wrong, Juniper. Just hand over that torch. You don't understand what you're doing. How would I possibly trust you to do the right thing? Walt told me everything. He trusted you, and you betrayed that trust. Luca, did you know that this man's entire life is a lie? If it weren't for him, your father might still be alive.
Mr. Nungreed winced with anguish. His voice hardened.
Excuse me. That's not true.
They both now yelled, not to each other, but at fate, making their peace with long-held burdens. The wind howled with encouragement.
Walt was like a brother to me. We just had different ideas about how to affect change. Very convenient that your way just happened to line your pockets. Now that's not fair.
They menaced at each other, both catching their breath. The moment balanced on a knife's edge. Amid a blur of emotions and memories, Luca's mind flooded with questions. The wind calmed, as if to give him the stage.
Okay. We have two choices we can make. We can either weep or we can hum. And I think I'm gonna leave it as a cliffhanger. I think I'm gonna leave it here. I think that this episode has been crazy sad already, and I don't really want to have a whole lot more feels. I'm already yawning. I'm already tired. I'm really, really cold. I want to go to bed. I want to go play Pokemon, that kind of thing. But no, I really, thank you, just in time for me to wrap it up. I really want to give this game more time and more space to be as big as I feel like it's trying to be. So I'm definitely gonna save this choice for next week. because I am going to play it next Tuesday for sure. I won't be streaming this Thursday, unfortunately. There's a holiday. I'll be with family. I thought about maybe streaming in the morning, but I'm going to be out all day. I'm going to get up and just immediately start doing Thanksgiving stuff. So, because I'm going to be with family, I won't be streaming on Thursday. But I will be streaming Saturday and Sunday for sure. No ifs, ands, or buts. So I'll be here Saturday evening and Sunday morning. Saturday we'll be playing Disney Dreamlight Valley. Sunday we'll be back on Animal Crossing. So hopefully y'all come hang out with me for that. I'm hoping it'll be a lot of fun. And I really, really hope that y'all join me next Tuesday around 6 p.m. Central Standard Time so that we can get more Beacon Pines under our belts. This game has just been, it's been pretty intense. So I'm hoping that we still get to give it that same that same levity and that same just like big emotions. Plus my voice is getting a little tired of doing all those crazy voices. So here's hoping that I remember all the voices that I gave everybody tonight, especially considering that I'll have to remember at least 5 when we pick it up next week. So, aw, thank you. I am loving this game. I'm really, really loving this game. And I'm having to stop myself and having to save it for next week so we can stream some more. So thank you everybody so much for tuning in, even if you only stayed a little while. Make sure you get something to drink, something to eat, and have yourselves a great, relaxing rest of your night or day, depending on what time it is for you there. And I will see all of you on Saturday. Good night. Bye.